So I am not going to use the mic today because I probably will have to get up so many times. I have no idea why I can't get a grip on this. So I thought, you know what? Every time I film this, it seems to work. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Max is back there on the chair and you might hear him. I might have to holler at him at some point. That's just what we have to do, or I have to do, because I want to get a grip on this. I don't even know how and where to start. So this is my traveler's notebook that I use for all of my ephemera. I think what I'm going to do is put this over here so that I can make a pile with ephemera that needs sorting away. This is my letter writing TN. I'm not sure why this is here. I have this whole stand where I keep all of my blotting papers, because I lose them all the time. And so by sticking them into that holder, I know that they're here. And unfortunately, I need to turn around because this dog is not settled yet. And he's licking my chair. Can you just settle, Max? And every time I turn around, so he's behind me, he looks at me like I'm not doing anything. For real, for real. Good job. Good boy. Yes. Give me a second. That's one of the things that if I get to it, if this doesn't take so much time that the only thing that I'm doing is sorting, I want to start at least 2 or 3 letters at the same time, because I have found that it helps me. Not sure why that is the case. I pulled out this blue Kyoto TN because it has a lined insert in it that I haven't started using. And I have the plan of moving my reading journal, which should be in this pile, into a standard traveler size TN. The reading journal that I'm using right now is not working for me. Not sure why. I think I have too many expectations attached to that. Here's my glue book that I'm going to, I'm just going to spread it all out. And at the end of the video, I'm going to put it all back into a pile and then nothing has changed. So I will be putting this into my rolly card where I have the top shelf basically dedicated to all of my notebooks. This is my old reading journal, and I had pulled it out because I thought, what if I would just put my books in here for 2025? But I think I'm just going to say this is finished. And maybe I wanted to do a video about this. Maybe I already did. I actually can't remember. But I do not feel pulled to doing that at all. And so I'm not. But this goes into my stack of finished journals. So the question is, do I get up and do this right away, because then it actually is done, or do I put it in a pile? I think I'm going to get up and do it. That was easy. This is a letter I started, and I luckily haven't written a name here yet, but this is the MD A4 letter notepad with cotton paper. Besides the fact that it feels more soft than not as crinkly, like here, the paper feels more like tissue paper instead of the harsh crinkle of Tomoe River paper, which I totally prefer. This paper is awesome. Look at this. There's no bleed through. And what I really love about this notepad, it is glued here and here. Oh my gosh, I am sold. So I started this today and I thought, you know what? I want to do more. But I think I'm going also, I have 2 A5 notepads. And I would like to, you know, use this up too. So I will do some of that. I also just noticed I have no decoration on my, but also if I'm doing letters like this, I don't need decoration on it. And then I started this postcard, so I thought maybe if I use watercolor, I could make those circles. For some reason, these dots, and I think in my last video I shared how I make them. Here's some right here. These dots, I'm super drawn to making them. They're so easy. When you cluster them together, they look so cool. So whenever I use a water brush and I have some ink residue on there, let me just pick up some of the ink from here. So now there is some ink on here. I will just, you know, instead of cleaning it off on a rag, I will just go onto my current scrap paper and make circles. And then when you go over the water, the ink, because it's water soluble, you pick up some and then it mixes in funky ways. And I just really love doing that. It's so, unfortunately, I didn't have this card with me earlier, but I thought if I put it with me, I would love to be up here, but I was downstairs while Max was eating, so I brought this down too. But that is, so the idea is to have this together, and I'm annoyed that this is already, you know, has a, so in Germany, the literal translation to something like this is a donkey ear. Also, I am not hiding my alcohol from you in this Yeti cup. The only reason why I put this in here is because I had tea in there before, and instead of you know, using 2 glasses, I decided, you know what? This is fine. Costco got me yesterday. Did I go to Costco yesterday? Yeah. They had mimosas at the entrance. I was like, ah, this is cool. I need this. I'm not well, I would be the breakfast type, but I don't want to make it. So I'd love to have bacon and eggs and, oh my gosh, maybe some pancakes and mimosa. But the only thing that I'm having is mimosa. So, also, I can just tell you another thing about this is I obviously, even though this is the same as this color-wise, but it's different inks. However, those both were samples. And I bought a bottle of this. This is Rohrer und Klingner Blue-Eyed Mary. It was their limited edition color for either 2024 or 2023. They still had them at Jet Pens. I placed an order today mainly because I like the color, but also because I think I would probably buy a bottle of any ink that I put into the FA nib that I have on my Custom 742. Because I never in my life expected this to look so good. This is just my handwriting in extremely slow. But wow, I love how this looks. It's just taking forever, but who cares? You know, I'm doing this for fun. unless I'm stressing myself thinking that I should write 15 letters in a week. This is the first time that I used the MD cotton paper, and I'm not sure if I want to keep this or not. And if I want to keep this, where am I going to put it? Possibly I could stick it into my regular ink journal because it's a test of MD cotton paper. And I just wrote with all the pens to see how I felt writing with all of them on this paper. And every pen that I used was like, wow, this feels good. This feels also good. Oh my goodness. And then I started trying to use the Flex Snip. This is the second time that I've written with it. What are you doing for Flex sake? And then I started gushing about what? I didn't think I could write so neatly and nicely with a Flex Snip. So I think what I'm going to do is stick this in here. Maybe I'll just cut off the Happy Tuesday because that I don't really need paper. I'm gonna work as I talk because why not? Why not? So this fits. The question is, do I want to glue it over the fold? Do I care? Is that even important? Yeah, it's important for the usability. I get it. You know. I've also become very obsessed. That's a word. Didn't you know? Obsessed with making ink splatters on mixed media paper. And one of the things that really get me, that I just realized how awesome it is to, especially, well, I'm thinking while I'm talking, if you couldn't detect what this is. So, from the start, I was going to say especially with chromo shading inks, but it doesn't really matter what type of ink it is. If it's multi-shading, chromo shading, anything, if you know or don't know, you plop the ink on to the paper, you wait a little, and then you move it, and then you wait, and then you move it, and then you wait. Because what it does basically is make these areas look different. So it's not the same color everywhere. Sometimes it's darker, sometimes it's lighter. And what is really lovely, what I really like, so I have more to say about this, clearly. I guess what I need to do is fold this really well. And then I guess I decide, I don't know. What am I even doing? So I'm just gonna stick this in right here. Okay, so that's down. And then I think what I need to do is go all the way to the edge right here. So, is splattering an ink color over another ink color. Sometimes when the other ink color is already dry, and I have an example of those, or there are several examples, it just, sometimes it oh, can you hear my cat? He's in the other room. I will let him out. Sometimes it mixes and like it moves some of the ink underneath. It makes a new color, but also sometimes it's just runs across. But also because it's not opaque. So what's the opposite of opaque? I don't know. Transparent. You can see through. It layers on top. Very similar to watercolor. But that's so cool, isn't it? I'm not sure if this is going to be anything but just a paper for experiments. And that's cool too. And I will quickly leave you all here. I hope Max is not getting up because he doesn't need to come with me. But he doesn't think so. He's basically my shadow. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to make this even betterer. So how do we write with this so that it looks good? Probably at an angle. MD. And just do it. Ooh, did you hear this? Oh my gosh, I almost ripped it. So this is cool. This can move to the side. And if you haven't seen this, ta-da-da-da, I just stuck this here. So I'm going to release Maui from his dinner prison. Be right. All right, I moved the notebook to the side. And I'm moving the camera further down because I noticed that it's always too far up. I have not updated my pen log in a while. I have noted down what pens I got when, but I haven't actually made a card for those yet. So I had to pull out more paper because that's what I ran out of. Hoppy Tuesday. So this is going to trash. This is the ink journal. Thingamajig-bobby. I don't want to spend too much time on all of it. It goes over here. I pulled out all the pens that I sold recently, or I don't know when I last did some housekeeping in here. Envelope needs to be put away. That is going over to the right side. I have moved my stuff around, so I don't really know where it is anymore. This goes here. So do you get this too? I online order this and I cannot, oh my God, what is this? Okay. Haven't looked at this because I don't know. I'm never giving myself the pleasure. Betty White, Goodnight Moon. And these, I guess, are part of the picture book. Flowers. I do like flowers, but I don't necessarily care for those. There's so many better stamps that these flowers feel redundant. But these are forever stamps right here. But then what are those circular? Oh, these are just letter seals. Seal the fold and mail stationery with stickers and send off with matching stamp. This is really cool. That is really cool. $27.90 some what 5. You can also get down. You don't have to squeeze into this chair, my friend. So basically what you're seeing here is a dog that is too big for this chair. And he does not want to lay on the dog bed that I have in the room as well. This chair is what he wants to be on. And it's not really, it doesn't look like it's super comfortable. Because his head never, like either his butt doesn't fit or his head doesn't fit. What is this? Battlefields of the American Revolution. Also forever stamps. That is not something that I would want to use as a stamp. It's cool. I like the idea. I especially like that they are like these panoramic pictures. However, this is a stamp and this is a stamp. But what I think is really cool is the book that goes with it. And how it came from the idea, I guess, behind the design to this stamp sheet. But what I'm so extremely looking forward to is the baby wild animals. I will, April 23rd. Yeah. These are so cool. Foxy and fine, bear with me, life's a hoot. Is there one that's missing? The seal, the rabbit. Like, this is not the same number. I think, is it? Oh no, actually, is this the, until it starts repeating? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 different stickers. Life's a hoot. Life's a hoot. Don't be a stinker and feline good. And then there's a bookmark. Oh my goodness. Oh, maybe I need to order these. And then there is a set of 10 note cards. Seal of approval. So very graceful for you. That is so cute. I love this art style. Then powwows, celebrating Native American culture. This is hooked on design. So this is freshwater fishing lures. I don't know what the rest is. The Appalachian Trail. These are so cool. And I think all of the other ones have already been out. And they're just basically remembered. Can I also order online? Here. So I guess these things will be online too, so I can just order them online. And then there's a list of all. I like the paper of this, and so I usually keep it to make envelopes and stuff. But where? Oh, I think in my shelf. So I'm gonna put everything that goes into my shelf in the closet. There is another postcard, and that's all the stuff that I need to look through. I got some new of those. What are they? Lamy converters. Cause I don't have enough. Here's more paper. And I think what I wanted to do with this is actually use it just as ink splatter paper. And so this should actually go into my art drawer. These were sent to me, I believe, from Murray of Doodles Damari. Then there's more postcards. So I think what I'm going to do with those postcards, I also, if I have 4 inks that I want to compare to each other, I could use this, but I haven't yet. So I'm gonna put these cards into that ink splatter paper thing, but what I'm going to do is stick these in the front here, because maybe I can find some inks that I can compare. 4, and then I have like maybe 1 that I want to analyze, and then 3 that I want to compare it to. That would work. So there. This one I made once and I haven't really done anything with it, so I thought I could just cut these and, you know, include a Happy Mail or so. And I think I wanted this to look like it was stuck on with tape, so that it has some, what is it called, texture. For some reason, I don't know why I made this so big, because the stuff that I'm cutting out is much smaller now. Now, this is definitely a good quote for all those people who want to run and are turtle runners. This one says, I wish I could show you, when you are lonely and in darkness, the astonishing light of your own being. And I understand what it says. Oh, obviously, it's not that hard to understand, but I feel like it's backwards, kind of. Like it doesn't, this is not how you would normally say it. But it's wet, and I need to just get on with it. So, what I thought what I could do, I'm just, oh man, Crunch Nap Supreme. I got this from Kelly. Kelly loves letters. So, you know what? This one can go in here. And then this one can go on the pile of stuff that I want to put into my junk journal. Here is my regular journal that I haven't kept up with. Sucks big time, to be honest. And I think a lot of this is Happy Mail, and I have not been able to. Today, by the way, I dumped almost my left over full. There is not a lot of stuff left in my ancient copper bottle to begin with, but I dumped it on my crotch. Yeah. And if you recall, ancient copper is kind of red, bloody. Yeah, and also I'm female, so having a bloody crotch never really comes across like cool. No. Nib wipe. Where would I put the nib wipe so I can reach for it and actually use it? Because as you can see, I haven't really. Where? I'm just gonna put it up here. Okay, so this goes over to there. Here's my journal. There's no space. This is not working. I will just put this into my ephemera stuff there. I thought I could make a tree artsy stuff. I have a full artsy drawer, junk stuff that I want to do. Maybe I need this to write something down. So let's go. So there is a letter with my address on, so I'm gonna turn this around. Is there anything left in here? No. I usually don't throw away envelopes, but this is empty and I don't need it. Okay. No, not my address on here. Okay, this is too far up so nobody's seeing it. Yeah, these are all letters that I... Also, Lorelei, if you're watching, I found the charms. I'm going to send them with the pen that I'm loaning you. Lorelei wants to try a Mayfair, so I'm going to send that over to her this week. So, I feel like I sorted through all of this before, which is the problem. So, here's all the pens that need documentation. Putting this on the pile. Okay, this goes here. This, I think I'm just gonna junk journal, book, reading journal. Yeah, so that is just such a bummer. I don't know why this is not working for me. Maybe the paper? I don't know. I don't know. I stopped January 25th. I need to make this list now, finally. Or I'm really struggling. I feel like I should just move into here. Maybe I'll rip out the pages and stick them in. It's only one. Yeah, I can do that. And then I have a list of all the things that I read. Yep, so this goes on the book journal pile. And I actually have a prompt on my 8-pen questions, on my game that says, book journal update. Book journal update, but transfer book journal would be the thing. Oh, it's so good. And yes, I drink this down like water. Sometimes I feel like you guys might think I'm like an alcoholic or I'm like drinking so much. This is actually not true. Not true? You just catch me every time I drink. I drink a lot of non-alcoholic stuff. You know what? I like this. Maybe? No. I wanted this up here. I drink a lot of non-alcoholic beer. And sometimes sometimes it's really like maybe once every other week. Not even. I would say once a month I buy a 6-pack of beer. And then sometimes it's actually with alcohol. And then I'm the only person who drinks that. My husband doesn't drink any alcoholic beverages. But also, you know what would be fun? We should actually, I have an idea. I will put this on my ideas list. What if I just made trees like that and then embellished them with, why does my finger feel like it's broken or hurty? Hurty. It's hurty. I feel like I wanted to write this down. What I've started doing is, okay, trees in mushroom style. What about flowers in mushroom style? Yeah, it feels like something's wrong here. I don't know what. I've started writing down ideas for YouTube videos and numbering them. And I talked about this in my challenge game video. I'm just going to roll the dice because I'm so indecisive that I'm just, whichever one is rolled, I will work on. And I was going to add ink comparison. 4 inks wearing wool strip. Maybe this is the same, like olivey greens. Maybe I have 4. I don't know. But I just want to write it down so I don't forget it. So this, what if there's more stickers that I'm going to put down? What about the Crunchwrap Supreme? Why haven't I put that anywhere yet? Crunch Nap, sorry. I think this one would fit really well right here. Can I? No, I like it this best. I like it this best. English is not my first language. Oh, wow, that is cool. And then I have the whole back that, okay, this is not working. We are prepared. No, we are not. This is not going to work. Let me pull out the honking chunker. And then get right in. Still not working. I know you shouldn't do this, but this way I can keep this away from the bulk over here. Yes. Here we go. Not as straight as I thought it was going to be. But there's enough straight people and things on this planet. We can have a little wonkiness. So this goes back here. I like how this is evolving. So I guess I am using this in the middle for the space that I need. And then I have my magnetic roller here. The Twilight Garden. Okay, I think I wanted to put this on my reading list, which I haven't. Libby list, so I need to do that. And I think did I put this on my request list already? Okay. I guess this is basically my TBR that I'm not really, no, I don't need this. This one needs to go into my planner because I want to make a list of all the things. Wendy Sue sent me the sticker. And I think, where do I put this? Is this? No, it's not. Man, people. I know it's important to connect and to have these cards. I just never come up with good ideas on what to put on there, so I don't have any. That's why your favorite neighborhood nerd never has any collaborations with the big people, because she doesn't. So this is a letter, one that I'm actually currently responding to. So it goes on this pile. This is for the inks. This, I'm wondering if and how I can add this to this. No, not this. Ugh. Maybe I'm just going to put this on the back here. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, done. Also, have you seen this? I told you that I was obsessed with the circles. I tried to write April in the circles. I feel like it didn't turn out as well as I had hoped it to work out. But you know, does it matter? No, it does not. So what else is here? A letter that I need to respond to. More stickers. Sure. Oh man, I was looking for this phone. I couldn't find it. See, this is what happens when you're not putting stuff into your ephemera where it belongs. Oh man, I wanted to find I showed this before. This is Max. This is the water. This was drawn by my friend, painted, not drawn, by my friend Claudia from the Cloudy Desk. These are the watercolors. So I want to find a frame where I can put this in and then frame it. I'm not sure why it ended up in this pile, and I don't think it's good if I'm putting it in the window actually. So you know what I'm going to do? That's the best solution is I filmed a video today, the ancient copper problem that happened. And I'm not really sure that I should post it in full. I think I should actually maybe speed it up and voice over, because I feel like I didn't express myself well enough. But then, when do I ever? So this goes in here. There's more ephemera. It's a letter. It's a pile of letters here. Nice broad. Yeah, remember when I talked about this envelope? That I was going to make one and put this stuff into the Ko-fi stuff into it. Nah, I didn't have time for that. But I'm writing a letter this week where I think I can put this in. This would be so cool. I ripped this, so I'm just gonna rip this off here. Use this as ephemera. I think I'm gonna stick this into my friend Lorelei's Happy Mail as well. And this is going to be, actually, I will stick this into my, when did I get this pen? Oh, I could put it, ta-da. I still need to write April tracker. There, just gonna stick this here, and I'm not going to how about that song? I saw people, so my brain already went to the next topic, which is the Trader Joe's small totes. And I saw people getting numbers, having to pull numbers for that. And then why is my brain not working? Because I drank alcohol. Ha 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 ha. Having to pull numbers online, on Instagram, social media. I saw people having to pull numbers. My Trader Joe's had a full shelf of them. And I bought one in every color. So now I'm looking for already existing pen pals. I don't want to start corresponding with more people than I already am, because it's already overwhelming. So I think I'm going to ask some of my friends that I'm conversing if they have a Trader Joe's near them, and if they would want a tote bag, because I bought 4. Because why not? Oh my gosh, I need to show you this. So the footstool moves away. So he just hung on there. See, I'm telling you, this is not really very... See, his butt. Oh my God. And he looks at me like, why did you buy a chair that is too small for me? And then when he puts his butt in here, his head is cramped. Maybe I'll show him his bed again. Well, this works. Does it? What do you think, Max? If you couldn't determine, I turned on the light. I got so many ink samples from friends. And I still haven't been able to swatch most of them. What is this? An envelope, a little one. I'm gonna put this with my extra stuff. This goes into my letter writing thing. This is the last bit, and then I can put stuff, start putting, no, this is not the last bit. Why? Okay. Didn't I? No, maybe I did put all of this on the same, no. A great many things look different from a distance. Wayward. I heard about this. Every time I read the back, the description that Brandy puts on here, I'm like, oh yeah, I need to read this. I need to read that. Okay, let me zoom back to normal. How do I do that? Like, nope. There we go. How does this look? I feel like, oh, maybe I should read it. So I'm gonna, where did I put my TBR then? What the heck? Where did it go? Okay, I'm gonna put it physically right over here. 44 poems on being with each other. This is my giveaway pile. To the you who wants to give up. So I guess this goes. I didn't hydrate enough today, and I think because I'm so bored of water. This one I'm going to send to my daughter. So this goes with the Happy Meal. We're already ready for what's next. Yeah, me too. Okay. This goes with my stuff over there. This is lovely. I think I have these things in my ephemera pile. I've been so interested in birds, so maybe I need to borrow the actual physical book from the library. This isn't the first time I've suggested you read Danusha, and hopefully it won't be the last. This new collection of her poems is just as wonderful, powerful, tender, and real as what she's written before, but somehow even better. See, that's what I'm trying to, like, how? How am I'm always like, okay, I need to read this. I think this is exactly the right book for me, or the right poems for me. Sometimes I really, oh, yes. Sorry. Because I'm, usually my brain goes 150 miles faster than the rest of my body, but intoxicated, it's even faster. So let me recollect the thoughts that happened in my brain just now when I talked about the poem collection that maybe I should read. This one. And this doesn't go there. This goes back here. Oh, here is my TBR. Cool. This is not a creative project per se, but this is one of those things that I want to put on the cards. So I think I need to stock up on 20 really quickly. I have 3 poetry books that I purchased at the end of 2024, beginning of 2025, and I thought I totally would read them. But as it happens with stuff that I don't usually do, that is stepping out of my comfort zone, I push it away, and I have the hardest time reading actual physical books. So I want to put that read a poem on this challenge game list, because then when it comes up, I can just do it. Or get rid of those poetry books. Have I put this into my journal yet? I love how this looks. I just think I should just put it somewhere. How do I put, let's just put this on here. Learn Chinese. I wanted to put this in my journal too. I think I put all of the ephemera that I wanted to stick in. You know what I think? The new one for the month of April is already on the way, and I haven't even opened up this one. I don't even know what month this is from. This is bad. What I can clearly say is that this is not really working for me. And I'm not sure if I'm just going to keep it for a while and see if maybe at one point a usage comes up that it will work for. Most likely. Or maybe I'll just give it away. Could be either one of them. Haven't read these either. I made these days of the week things, but for some reason, I'm not really using them in my journal. It doesn't, maybe it can fit. Maybe I'll just, maybe I should put it over there. Yeah, so, what I don't want to do with these postcards. Oh, I'm just going to put them on the postcard pile, because if I don't know what to do with them, then I guess it's not this I want to put here. This is a sticky note. And then I got this. I think this is part of the ephemera stuff that I wanted to keep for my journal that I haven't put in there yet. This is so cool. I just love the sticker, plan outside the lines. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. This I had in here. I still haven't used this note card. Sometimes, you know, I hoard things and I just do not. And then I wanted to cut these apart, but I haven't yet. There's another one of those cards here. So, these are the colors that are in my room, and I really like it. So, this all goes here. Oh my God, these kids are so loud. He just sprawled out on the floor. So I moved his upper body onto the dog bed. So, I did purchase a Mayfair Goldberry in today's Mayfair drop. And this is not. wonder if there's just like, you know, a tiny bit of, if there's lots of air bubbles in here instead of Mayfair pens. Goldberry. I think it was Stormwind. I don't know. I'm just gonna leave it like that for now. I haven't put anything on there yet. And then I have the Pelikan M800. Blue cream. And fine, 18 karat. And then last pen. Oh, is there more? No. Pilot, custom 742 in black. With an FA nib, and that is 14 karat gold nib. So do have measurements. I'm too lazy to write them down. However, these two I don't need to Lanyard Goldberry, was ist das? Snoldor. I don't know what the one that I Damp is. Can they just go home, man? Blue cream, blue stripe. Let's just put. And then which one was the last one? So I showed you that I really like writing with the FA nib because it's so cool. So this is for Serenity Blue. One, okay. The color is and clean. Not all the letters come out equally nice. Clean now, but better than I ever thought. It takes forever, but that's also actually, like, you know, nice to slow down. As you can see, I am just using my handwriting. I'm not, well, I am connecting some of the letters more than I would usually do, but I'm not learning a new E that is completely cursive or anything. I'm just using my letters, and I think, for me at least, that's the way to go, because then I'm not intimidated in trying this nib, in using it. And does it actually matter if it's perfect cursive? I remember, I think my friend Mar purchased a Pilot Custom 912 with an FA nib at the San Francisco Pen Show in 2022. And I was allowed to try and test it out. I could not. That was the reason why I never thought I would buy one, because I just couldn't make it work for me. It couldn't make it look nice. Nothing. However, I notice how I'm very tense in my whole body posture. And I think you can also see how tense my whole body was when this was written in the letters. I hope this is getting better at some point, because otherwise I won't be able to do this for a long time. But now, at least every single pen that I have in my collection, I believe, has a data sheet in here, and I can put it aside. I need to make sure that I'm, logging these in here. I'm logging in too many places, but also I'm really enjoying that. TBH. So, what am I going to do now? I am going to pull out some paper right here. And I think what I'm going to do is just start writing. I pulled out a list. I made a list. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to start 4 letters. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've never actually started 4 multiple letters at the same time. I did definitely start, I started one, then I started the next one at a different day. And so I had multiples to choose from, but I think what I'm going to do actually is just maybe I really like this middle thing here. So I think what I'm going to do for sure is pull this out in order to make sure that each of the pens is flowing. I should have also changed I also have a thing. So I know that my friend Aziza just dips her pen into the water and makes it work. How about this? So maybe I need to take a darker pen. Let's put this upside down for the ink to start flowing. Oh, you know what? This. Hinoki. I don't know how this works. I'm just going to try this now. How about if I go in here? Hello, friend. What if I dip this here? Cool. Hello, friend. Okay, so first one has started. Does this look yellow to you, or am I just like, you know, losing it, kind of? Yeah, there is yellow here. Does look yellow. This is what the back looks like. I like this for now. It's let's mix it up and go with this one. Let's do really big block letters. Okay, let's put the O over here. And then the other L goes here. So this one needs to be a little longer. Hello. What if I pull out the 1.5 here? What is this? I don't know what this is. We will figure it out. We will see. Basically the same color. That's not what I want. I want something that is a little different. Is this the smaller one? Yes. Yeah, this is definitely a color that yep. So if I go here, this would have been cool if it was, if the letters here were still wet, you know. Hello. What if I just do feel like there was a lot of space. Okay, cool. And then I would love to take a doodle stack class from Aziza. Need to watch her videos because you can also learn a lot from those videos or analyze the stuff that she posts. Second one. Well, I like this better for sure, but that's okay, you know. You live and you learn. If you don't try it, you will never know if you like it or not. So maybe I should just, what if I just go here with this thing and then go, hello. Then I take this and do I mean, it's still not like the best color combination or so, but I think maybe I brought it together better. Oh, what if? Okay. We'll see what happens when I write on here. What also happens when I do? Okay. So, next one. I'm gonna use this, which I don't really know what this could, well, maybe it is petrichor or so. I don't know. I'll do the same. I'll do a similar thing to that. Oh, I need a splatter of color here. Now I'm back in the maybe I'm going to use these two together. Okay, and then I'm going to write on top of here, hello. And then I'm going to write here, friend. In theory, this should have been a pink or something like that, so that if I write with this on over there, it would mix and make a different color. So, but what I can do, and what's definitely working, maybe possibly, is do this. Because this person is not getting the same letter, I can just copy these spirals. Even the placement can be the same because nobody will ever find out unless they're watching this video. This one I really like. I'm just gonna make this. No, actually, this one I'm going to make different. Oopsie. Oh my gosh, I really like this one. This is basically, like, this is what happened. That's why you should make more than just one. Because this is nice idea. Okay, cool. Let's see if I have another idea. This is an idea where I'm like, well, okay, it works, but this is better. Then I'm making this one and I'm like, oh, this is cool. I should make it like this one. And then you have the one that looks really cool. I like this. I like this a lot, actually. Wow. So I started 4 letters. Now I just need to write them and send them out. I hope you had some fun. I'm kind of a little bit worried, but it should be okay. About what I talk. I did not go into too much detail, so I should be fine on that end. Thank you so much for watching. I am so grateful that you are here. I'm so happy that I can hang out with you all when I'm kind of frazzled from life and I just can do things and have fun with all the paper, the pens, the inks. And yeah, I hope to see you again in close future. Goodbye. So he came off the chair. It was too uncomfortable. And now he's down here and sleeping.